It's Joe Rosemaric with Rosemaric Fishing. We're out here tonight really just to go boat cruising, just get out of the house. It's kind of a nice change. Might go out for some bass and some pike. Might get bored and play with some panfish. We'll see how it all shakes out. Here we go. Just out here playing around with a bobber. We did get us a little bluegill. Nothing big, maybe 6 inch or so. We'll get him loose and back in the water. And there goes Mr. Pumpkin Seed. Alright, well here's another little bluegill. Again, not real big. 4 or 6 inches, something like that. Probably a pumpkin seed. It's got that orange belly on it, but we'll get him loose and back in the water. And here goes our little bluegill. He did manage to go and squirt all over me while he was up here. Well, this guy's even littler, man. He's bait, and you put a hook in him and see if you can get a pike or bass out of it. But that's all right. We got him. And here goes our tiny little bait. We're doing good on numbers if you don't mind catching little ones. And here's number 4, tiny little panfish. And here's number 5. We're getting them basically every cast here. We were letting the worm sit in the water too long before and getting it stolen. It's one of those, just plan on setting the hook about the time the bobber hits the water. Now we'll get them loose. And here goes number 5. And number 6. And here goes number 6. And here's number 7. Again, just every cast at this point. And there goes number 7. That's number 8. Again, it just bait size. This is what we would go and feed to muskies and pike. Well, that's a bummer. That breaks our streak of 6 casts in a row catching a fish. I went and I had one on there and I set the hook, but I think I pulled it out of its mouth and he got the little chunk worm. So we'll get new bait. Let's see if we can start another one. Well, that's the way to start a streak. You go and you throw the bait over the side while you're going and closing up the worm container, and there's another one. So that's number 9 total. We'll get them loose and back in the water. And saying goodbye to number 9. And there's number 10. And releasing number 10. And that's number 11. And releasing number 11. And that's number 12. And number 12. 13. And here goes number 13. I'm not going to count that as a cast, but man, that's almost catching a fish sitting still here. That's number 14. And here goes number 14. And that's number 15. And I like to point out that is again 6 casts in a row with a fish on every one. And here goes number 15. Well, there's number 16. He brought a little weed with him. We got that guy cleaned off. We'll get him loose and back in the water. And here goes number 16. And here's number 17. He's a little bit bigger, a little fatter. I mean, we're not keeping him, but again, not a bad little bluegill. We'll get him loose. And here goes number 17. How about 18? We're just out here playing. You know, pan fishing's not always the most exciting because they are so little, but it is nice when you're just getting them back to back to back to back. And here goes number 18. Alright, so here's number 19. We're getting close to our goal of 20, then we're going to go play around for something else, but doing pretty good here. And here goes number 19. All right, and here's number 20. We'll go and we'll quit tormenting panfish here for a while. We'll go find something else to do, maybe go for a boat cruise or whatever. But man, that's nice, just catching one right after the other. And here goes number 20. All right, so what are we doing here? We're doing the kiss rig. Keep it simple, stupid. We got a hook tied onto the end. We got 2 split shots designed to match the size of the bobber. You can use 1 split shot, but this has got a little bit bigger bobber on here than you really need for pan fishing, but it's nice. Where we got a little bit of wave, being able to keep itself above water and keep it visible. This is just a slip bobber. A couple of beads above the slip bobber. And then a little bobber stop tied on the line. Whole thing's maybe 4 foot or so. Okay. And what we did, we're sitting right now in 14 foot of water. There's a little island. I'm not sure if you can see the grass that sticks out of the water right there. That comes up to about 6 foot. And all we're doing is just casting on top of those weeds. You got to keep a tight line as soon as your bobber lands, because the fish are going to bite that worm on the fall. I checked the timestamps on here. We caught our first fish at 6:32 and our 20th at 7:07. So 35 minutes, 20 fish with filming, with release, with rebaiting. That's doing pretty darn good. The first dozen or so casts we made, we'd go and wait until the bobber stood up. And by that time, the fish had already eaten the worm off the hook. They wasn't, they were just eating it on the fall, and by the time that you got your full sink from your couple of sinkers, you were already out of bait. Started pulling the line tight as soon as the bobber hit the water, and picked up from the first fish we caught to the last one we caught, I think was 25 or 26 casts for 20 fish. It was a very, very aggressive bite. This has been Joe Rosemary. Thanks for watching.